many years in losing my family very early in life, it helped. Well, it was the only thing that helped me survive, and I knew that that was a way through for any relationship. In that way, you could let go of control, let go of trying to change the other, and we do that. We continually slip up, but that's where forgiveness comes in as well.
Some other thoughts about how we work with couples. First of all, we don't ask them to tell us their problems or anything like that. But we do ask them, tell me what positive things you can say about your spouse.
That's what I was going to before, that's the first thing Jerry asks. And he has them look in each other's eyes and say, tell each other what it is, one at a time, what you have loved about this person.
And of course, they don't want to do that. They have a big, long line.
They want to tear each other apart.
But we sit there until they do.
And so they're usually silenced. They can't think of anything positive.
It's really funny. Yeah.
They're so angry.
And we just sit in silence.
But we just sit and wait. And finally, someone says something, and the other says something, and they're off to the races.
And then
in a positive way. Another thing that in our morning prayers, part of that prayer is a commitment not to use words as weapons.
we took a vow 40 years ago never to use words.
Think
as
about
weapons.
how important that might be.
And we never have.
Rather than attacking each other, do not use words as weapons. And that's an amazing way to start.
I think the reason that we did that is that we both have the ability to use words to slay people,
Yes.
and the vulnerabilities to slay each other. And so when we literally made a vow, it was good. Let's do that. Let's never ever use words to hurt each other, and we actually never have. And so sometimes it takes those kinds of commitments.
Yeah.
When I first knew Jerry. About a year or two into our relationship, from when we met and we started to get closer and closer, Jerry said to me one day, he said, but if you really knew me, you couldn't love me. And I didn't.
I felt so guilty about so many things in my life at that time.
And so I thought at the moment, no matter what I say, it's not going to really make any difference. So I just said to Jerry, we'll see. And then I didn't mention it again. And on our 25th wedding anniversary, in the middle of our renewal ceremony, I stopped the ceremony and I turned to Jerry and I said, Jerry, do you remember when you said to me 25 years ago that if I really knew you, I could never love you?
Yes.
And he looked scared. He went, yes. And I said, I just want to tell you, Jerry, that you were wrong. And he burst out crying. We both started crying.
I think one important thing that you and I do together, Diane, we think it's an essential thing, is to meditate before we see the person we're going to be seeing. To ask God for help, Holy Spirit for help.
Well, we always use the healer's prayer from A Course in Miracles. Maybe we can say that here, Jerry, and share it. We use it before any encounter with anyone. We are here only to be truly helpful. We are here to represent you who sent us. We don't have to worry about what to say or what to do, because you who sent us will direct us. We are content to be wherever you wish, knowing that you're always going there with us. We will be healed as we let you teach us to heal. Well, clearly, that's a prayer that Patricia and Donatus used to. Did you want to share, Jerry?
Yes.
Go ahead.
That it's so important to get out of the way and go to Holy Spirit to help you. And we do that. And we think that's a secret of our ability to stay clear of any kind of judgments and to trust the voice that we're going to hear.
Yeah, I don't think it's that we don't get judgments. We get judgments like everybody else because we live in the frame of a personality ego structure. It's just, what do you do with the judgments when you get them?
Yeah.
And how quickly can you see them as judgments, as opposed to our ego belief system that wants us to believe that everything we think is true. I love this bumper sticker, you don't believe everything you think. And so, our belief structure, we're very aware of what we are solidifying in our belief structure at any given moment when we're really trying to dissect and grow with a certain issue, and know that that belief system is malleable and it is movable as it should be. It should be open to correction.
We trust each other's ability to listen to Holy Spirit. And we're guided by Holy Spirit. And so we're not there to change those people that came here to see us. But we are there to love them. And that's a very practical way of working with people and couples, to know that our purpose there is to only love them.
Give them love.
Only love them.
I think also that with the center, in the Centers for Attitudinal Healing, and certainly the original center, which Jerry founded in 1975, that whenever we're in a group environment, the first peer support groups started there, that when it becomes tense or adversarial, such one of the things that we always do is just ask for help. As a facilitator, I need your help. And ask if everyone be willing to become quiet at the moment, and to think in terms of, what principle might help them. And it's amazing with 5 minutes of quiet how everything changes, the whole energy changes. There's also a principle of attitudinal healing that's so helpful there, and that is, I can see another person is either loving or that they're fearful, giving a call of help for love. And under that comes anger, rage, violence, all the things, all the ways we act out in our pain and our fear. We look at just two emotions, love and fear, and everything else. Fear. Everything comes under fear. So that principle helps us.
I can think of an example. Many years ago, we were lecturing in Seattle, Washington, at the Opera House. And I peeked through the hole there and saw, 3,000, 4,000 people. And all of a sudden, I told Diane, I know this is difficult, but I need to go to the bathroom.
Really?
So I left. And then when I got out of the bathroom, I couldn't find the stage. And Diane was sitting there.
Behind the curtain. This was the early days.
And what were you thinking, Diane?
Well, they started to announce us because you can't see the. And I'm thinking to myself, I know that nobody came here to see me. And Jerry, if you don't make it here by the time they open that curtain, I'm never going to forgive you. And just as he finished saying the end of the introduction, Jerry comes tearing across the stage. We held our breaths and we went out on the stage, and of course the lecture was about forgiveness. Is the key to happiness? So of course we told everybody what happened. It was a riot.
I think authenticity is an important word to use. That people frequently say, "You guys really walk your talk," and that's true because we're not there to hide anything or pretend we're something else that we are. So we talk about our struggles, also, make them clear, and know that everyone has challenges.
Yeah. I'd like to ask a question. I'd like to ask Patricia and then Donatus, as marriage counselors, as therapists, as a couple who's been married 42 years, and who are really an extraordinary example of what a couple can do and be together. What do you do when you hit the wall with a challenge? When something comes up and gets, or what did you do in the past? Maybe you've sort of gotten over it, I'm not sure. But, what has worked for you when you come into conflict, with each other?
Well, some space always, or silence always helps.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Some space or silence. I can either walk into another room, or I can sit and be quiet